Good morning, everyone. We will start the call. US markets were marginally positive yesterday. Asian markets are up about 0.5%, with Hang Seng rising by 3% on news that China's policymakers are considering new rescue measures to stabilize, their falling stock markets. So Chinese authorities are seeking to mobilize around $278 billion, mainly from offshore accounts of Chinese PSUs. As part of the stabilization fund to buy shares in the domestic market. The 10-year US Treasury yield over last 2 to 3 days has dipped from 4.2 to 4.1%, almost a 10 basis points dip. So this has also been one of the reasons for the rally in the global markets. Thank you. I will now invite the technical team to take the call forward.
Thank you, Jihan. Good morning, all of you. Last week we saw that Nifty closed below the 21,600, but today again Nifty opened above this important level to 21,600 and above level. Next intraday first resistance around 21,680. If Nifty sustain this level, then next level will be the 21,740. 21,814 upper zone. Immediate support place around 21,500, 21,430 in downside. Bank Nifty also managed to sustain important level 46,000 and above. Intraday first immediate resistance place 300, and then 46,500 and 46,780 in upside. First support place around 45,860 at downside. Fin Nifty intraday first immediate resistance place around 20,670, then 20,750, and support place around 20,500. So all three index we expect positive open today's session. It managed to sustain these all important support zone and close above this level and end of the day. Then we expect further rally in all three index. Stock specific Apollo Tyre looks positive. IRCTC will be the continue this rally today also, and we expect this momentum to be continue. Negative side, Hindustan Unilever looks weak at current level. Laurus Lab also, we saw that some pressure in last week. So we expect some pressure to be continue in Laurus Lab. Hindalco, HUL also. Last three trading session we saw that some profit booking and right now trading the important support zone that's come around 2440 and 50. If break that level, then this pressure to be continued towards 2400 and downside. That's it for technical derivative I can care.
Yeah, thank you. Good morning, everyone. So on the derivatives front, as I said in the last week of trading session, also that market trend seems to be on the positive note till the time Nifty is holding the supportive base on the downside towards 21,500 to 21,200 range. On the upper end, we are seeing that the continuous resistance has been faced near 21,700 to 900 range. As per the call writer position, also in the last week of trading session, we are seeing that 21,700 to 900 is at the strong range of the call writer position. Nifty need to get clear about 21,900 level for the fresh long initiation in the market. Today we are seeing that Gift Nifty is likely to open 180 points on the upper end. So Nifty is likely to open around 21,800 level on the future front. But once if in today's trading session we might see some momentum buying, or the momentum buying will be continued towards the 21,850 to 900 level. And once if Nifty in today's session if gives a closing about 21,900 level, then we might see Nifty to get again towards the 22,100 to 200 range in coming trading session. So overall view seems to be on the positive note. The support for the Nifty for the coming week of trading session would be 21,500 level. Once if Nifty goes below 21,500 level, then again we might witness some range bound scenario in the market. But for intraday momentum, we expect market trend to be on the positive note. While on the stock specific front and the sectoral specific front, we expect IT counter looks positive, and with selective counters from the IT and other sector would be GNFC looks positive. Sales yield looks positive. This all count on the band list, but once if this counter gets out of band, again we might see some fresh buying opportunity. On the recommendation front, we expect ONGC to show some positive strength in today's trading session. So that's it from the derivative front. Thank you.
Yeah. On the result side, Kotak Bank result is in line with expectation. NIM was stable at 5.22%. Credit cost increased marginally to 0.7% against 0.5% previous quarter. This is because of one-off provision created on AIF investments pursuant to RBI's circular in December last month. Asset quality improved with slippages coming at 1.3% versus previous quarter 1.5%. We remain positive from long-term perspective. ICICI Bank result is above expectation. NIM continued to decline to 4.4% versus 4.5% previous quarter. Profit came 7% above estimates, mainly due to lower credit cost. If we adjust for the one-time provision pertaining to investment in AIF. So we remain positive on ICICI Bank. Indian Renewable Energy Development Agency, that is IREDA, result has improved. Post IPO listing, stock has done very well and continues to outperform. Loan book grew by 6% sequentially, 34% year on year. Profits grew by 18% sequentially, 67% year on year. Gross NPA declined from 3.1 to 2.9%, and ROE was at 16% for the quarter, which is decent. Stock is trading at 5 times trailing price to book. But the business model is such that it will need to raise capital every 2 to 3 years, as ROE is of 16%, but loan growth will be upwards of 30%. So naturally, to grow at that rate, every 2 to 3 years, it will have to keep raising, and that dilution will result in expansion in the book value every couple of years. So that's why the current price to book of 5 times seems to be optically expensive, but like it is not actually expensive. Although those holding can continue to hold, but for fresh buying, one should wait for some dip in the stock. Karur Vysya Bank result is above expectation due to improvement in net interest margin, which expanded by 5 basis points if we adjust for the interest reversal. All other parameters are stable, and ROA also crossed 1.6% during the quarter, and stock is available at 1.4 times price to book. So we think that there is a good scope for re-rating still left for Karur Vysya Bank. Canfin Homes result is in line with expectation. Although reported profits are above expectation, but we feel that loan growth has been continuously declining since last 6 quarters. Loan growth on a YOY basis has come down to 13%. 5 or 6 quarters back, this was at 22%. So because of this deceleration, it's not very encouraging. And also, gross NPA increased during the quarter from 0.76 to 0.91, which is also negative. So that's why our view is neutral on Canfin Homes. IDFC First Bank result is below expectation due to elevated OPEX. Advances grew 6% sequentially, 26% year on year. NIM was stable. However, OPEX growth was higher at 10% sequentially and 32% year on year. And credit cost was also higher compared to last 3-4 quarters. Credit cost has been stabilizing at 1.2%. This quarter it was 1.4%. So because of higher credit cost and higher OPEX, outlook is kind of neutral for IDFC First Bank in the near term. Thank you.
Good morning. Rosari Biotech Limited posted results, and results were broadly in line with expectations. Revenue grew by 19% on a YY basis. The growth was largely driven by HPPC segment, which grew by 31% on a YY basis. However, textile specialty segment and animal health nutrition segment has declined. Textile specialties segment grew by 6.8% due to industry headwinds, and AHN segment saw 12.6% decline due to seasonal softness. EBITDA margin reported at 13.7% versus the expectation of 13.3%. It was supported by the growth in revenue along with the stable raw material prices. The stock is trading at a PE of 24 times to FY25 EPS and will provide the outlook post today's con call. Tattvachintan Pharmachem Limited result was below expectations. It has continued to perform weak both in terms of top line and profitability. The top line has observed growth on both YOY and QOQ basis, while overall operating performance has also performed weak. This was mainly due to more than 25% price correction in both SDAs and performance specialty chemical segment. Revenue reported at 84 crore versus the expectation of rupees 106 crore. Further, operating margin declined at 13.1% versus the expectation of 20%. So this was largely in addition to the price correction, the company has observed the underutilization of its capacity uh, due to poor recovery in demand and weak product mix. Also, power and fuel costs have shot up during the quarter. This was on account of shift from coal to natural gas in the H plant. The management expects recovery in demand post 2 to 3 quarters from now, and also it expects significant increase in freight cost in Q4. So we are negative on the stock given the lack of clarity in demand recovery of its key products such as SDAs and performance specialty chemicals. So key monitorables in the future would be the demand recovery of these products. The stock is trading at a PE of 30 times to FY25 EPS. Thank you.
Good morning. Tata Motors to increase the price of its entire passenger vehicle range by an average of 0.7% with effect from February 1. The price increase is being partially this step is taken to partially offset the rise in input cost. Other than this, MediAssist Healthcare Services IPO is going to list today, and we have recommended subscribe to the issue from long-term perspective. The stock is expected to list at a nominal premium of around 10 to 12% from the price of rupees 418 per share. Basically, this company is a third-party administrator that processes health insurance claims for insurance companies and provides services such as policy administration, customer service, and network management. It has delivered revenue CAGR of 25% over FY21 to 23, with average ROCE of 22% over the same period. The issue is valued at PE of 33.5 times of half yearly of FY24 annualized EPS, and which we believe it is reasonable considering it being the industry leader and having a stable business. Thank you.
Commodities team can take over.
Yeah, thank you very much, Jan. Good morning, everyone. So, we might expect some pullback in gold, but however, some cautiousness is likely to be witnessed. Prices can test 62 100 to 62 150, but again, some selling pressure could be witnessed, and prices might test 61 900 to 700 levels on downside. So, selling on rise with a stop loss of 60 to 350 is recommended. Silver also, we are expecting prices to test 70,200 to 70,000 on downside. So selling around 71 100 200 is recommended with a stop loss of 71 850. In metal, we are copper. We are expecting a range bound movement from 712 to 718. So trading within this range is recommended. And in zinc also, we are expecting prices to test 221.50 to 22 on upside. So buy with a stop loss of 218. In crude oil, prices are expected to test 6300, 6350. So buying around 6200 is recommended with a stop loss of 6120. And in natural gas, we are expecting a pullback. Prices have corrected till 196 odd levels, and we are expecting prices to test 200, and one can initiate a buy over there with a stop loss of 193. On upside again, 210.12 is the level we are expecting for profit taking. That's it from me. I'll ask Utkarsh to take the call forward.
Thank you, sir. Very good morning, all of you. For today's trading session in USD INR, we are expecting some sideways to bearish momentum. So for intraday purpose, one can initiate a short positions in the range of 83.11 to 83.12 levels with a stop loss of 83.26 levels for the target of 83.03 and 83.03 and 82.95 levels. In GBP INR, one can initiate a long positions if we get some profit booking around 105.55 to 106.60 levels with a stop loss of 105.25 for the target of 105.90 and 106.05 levels. In Euro INR, it prices breaks the level of 90.60 level and sustaining above that levels. So one can initiate a long positions with a stop loss of 90.35 for the target of 90.83 and 91.01 levels. Thank you.